Hello and good day to you all. Welcome. I hope you're having a fabulous day so far. I've been posting on Instagram, and I noticed a lot of people are having brunch this morning. I'm not, but a lot of people are having beautiful brunches. My girlfriend down in Nashville, Tennessee, she does Rebecca Woods. So Rebecca Woods is a fabulous woman down in Nashville, and she's writing her own cookbook. She's an artist. Her husband is a part of a band, and so she's just absolutely just a fabulous woman, just energetic. She posts her recipes. If you live in the United States, you can get a hold of her. Just look up Rebecca Woods. Let's see if I can find her on here. And you can find out about all of the cool things that she's cooking up. And she even sells some of her recipes and some of her spices that she puts together. So Hearts in the Mix is her to look up. So if you're interested, if you're in the States, because I don't know if she can send to Canada, but her thing is Hearts in the Mix, and she does some beautiful art. So throughout my time of meditation with the stars, so this is what she just made. She does block images. So she just created that, and it's carved out of a block. It's like a stencil that she created, and then she puts it on things. She even has a little clothing line with her little logo on there. She does all kinds of real cool things. That's promoting her. If she watches this, she's probably gonna kill me. But she has like cool little clothing line from Studio Mama t-shirts. So look up Hearts in the Mix and Studio Mama, because she has some really cool things. She does some art. She does her cooking and different recipes. Sometimes she posts her recipes out there. So take a look at it. She's a very talented, gifted woman. I just love her to death. She's been in my life for about 10 years or so now. Wow. Have never met her in person, but I feel our spirits are still connected. Even though we've met on Skype and before Zoom, it's like, sounds like you're so retro now. It's like, oh, we used to talk on Skype. Skype is so like almost passe. Who talks on Skype now? So check her out. Was looking at her blog this morning, or looking at her post this morning. She was making some flapjacks and stuff, which made me so hungry. So good morning, everybody. As I'm babbling away, I'm glad you guys are all joining me. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Sabrina. Hi, Ashley. Hello, everybody. And thank you. And everybody else who's here, who I cannot see, because I don't see who's here. But hey, sending out some vibes of good love. So we are still in the Gemini energy. The Gemini energy is, we're at 25 degrees of the moon and in Gemini, and then it goes into Cancer. Oh, sweet Cancer. We are in this waxing energy. I just posted my blog up, and in my blog, I have a little booklet that I did up to plan with the moon. So I did a little booklet there for you to just download, utilize, whatever. It's free. It's on my blog, and it's called Planning with the Moon, and just getting into this vibration of working with the moon. How do you feel with the moon? That's my key is I can tell mainly when the moon moves into a new sign, especially since I tune in, daily. I can feel when the moon vibrations change. And the more you start tuning in to the vibrations of you, and then you look up and you say, oh, wow, I feel great today, or I have vibrance today. And as you do that, you're like, oh, yeah, I really feel vibrant when the moon is in Cancer, or I feel like, oh, yeah, I got to get out there when the moon is in Leo, or I'm just like, oh, I'm just overly stressed when the moon is in Virgo or something. This is when you start tuning into those vibrations. And the more you start tuning into the vibrations, the better are that you are working with not only yourself, but the energies of the earth. You're coming into that alignment where you are able to plan things and planning your moods and planning the mode as we work to determine what we need to do in order to pull off our next big plan. We allow ourselves to go into that ebb and that flow of the currents of the earth and what Mother Earth wants us to do. She has us and she pulls us into it. But, you know, just like the pictures I posted this morning, because I was out in nature this morning, that she's there always waiting for us. She's there. She's not doing anything different than what she's been doing for the past 100 and some odd years. She moves and flows to the essence of her own soul. And she calls you. She calls you. She calls to you and asks you to come. Come and join me. Come and be a part. And here I'm going to show you the stars and the moon and the planets for you to connect, to work with as we go upon this great cosmic journey. This is, of course, we are in the midst of coming into retrograde season. And for many of you, that is a very highly stressful time. If you've never, you never really looked at it or thought about it. Yet, there are times it's like sometimes, sometimes the summer is really good and sometimes the summer is, not so good. And maybe you're starting to already feel this vibration because retrograde season can be so tricky. So would you like to know more, some of my top decisions on what to work on during the retrograde season? This is what I do. One of the things that I am going to be, and I've been looking it up and I was mentioning it yesterday, is about doing a cacao ceremony. And so yesterday I was doing some research, looking it up, how to do a ceremony and how to do a ceremony for self. This isn't a ceremony. I mean, we could talk about it, but this is a very individual ceremony. And when we're using the cacao, it is not to, for however long you want. And I was thinking of a 21-day journey. So the cacao that I found, I wouldn't be able to get it till June. Can't get any more stressful than what it is now. Okay, yeah, no, and this is what the cacao does. It comes in and it helps you with the stress. So I've been looking it up and I'll start posting what I do find in the information I find up on my Facebook page. And bringing in that ceremony each day in the morning and having that ceremony. So this morning, what I did, I didn't go out for a walk, but I did go out and connect with nature. I did go out and take some pictures, give thanks to the earth, be grateful for what I do have, and then went forward. That's what that was one of the things I wanted to start to do, is start to be grateful, because Mother Earth is there. And this energy that's coming in is about planning your projects with the moon phases. It helps you know what type of themes and activities to work with, like not to push it when it's void of course. So if you have your moon journal, if you have a moon journal, or if you purchased my moon journal, or if you have a calendar with the moon phases on it, or you have your witch's date book, look at your witch's date book. Look at your calendar every day. Where is the moon? When is it void of course? Because that's going to help you with this ebb and flow. Because when it's void of course, you really don't want to push things too much, because the moon is not making any aspects to anything, right? And learning, oh man, that's so cool, Candace. Yeah, and that's such a personal thing for you. That's that's coming into your own personal, energetic, spiritual, soulful energy, right? And it's yours. It's yours. That's not, the thing is that you want to create something that's yours. And it's not anybody else's, right? So if you are, say you're a Celt, you're Irish, finding out how, within the Irish, the ebb and the flows and how the mothers used to work, right? And following the moon and following when to harvest, when to sow, when to, all of that. Learn about a nightshade garden. That's pretty cool. This is where this energy comes in for us to work and get into tune with the energies that are present to us right now, instead of against it. If we are constantly pushing and going against it, it's the laws of physics. It's going to push back at us and it's going to slap us in our face. So with the moon is going to be kicking off this week in Cancer, as I mentioned yesterday. So it's going to kick off in Cancer, and it's an ideal time to pay attention to what you are worrying about or feeling stressed about the most, and then take care of that first. So if you're overthinking your finances, let's say you're overthinking your finances or your health or relationships or work, career, what can you do and what can't you do? If you're worrying about this huge, let's say you're worried about, oh my God, I have this huge mortgage and I don't know how to pay it. Have you called the bank? Have you tried to make arrangements? Or are you just sitting there going and stewing? Are there things that you need to let go of? Even for myself for the longest time, we didn't have a car. We had to give up the car. Couldn't afford the payments, couldn't afford that. But it was like, okay, now I got to readjust. And then people freak, oh, how are you going to you readjust? And you go into the flow until you're able to pick yourself up to where you need to be. And that's where this energy is coming in. It's like, where do you need to readjust? What do you need to let go of? It's like Mother Nature moves to where she needs to move, right? If there's, with trees, with everything, like things move, things ebb and flow. There are fires, natural fires that have to happen because she knows some things need to be burnt away. So new growth can come in. Floods, rearranging the patterns of a river because of floods. Things have to move, things have to flow. So if you ever watch nature, yes, it has an ebb and a flow, but there is things that change in there and things that have to move from it. If something is no longer growing or something is no longer needed in nature, it's taken away. And it's allowed for something new to come in. And that's where we're coming in with this energy. And we know that the moon changes every 2.5 days. So it won't be long before it moves into Leo and then it moves into Virgo. And we need to wake up to this. This is where this energy, this is going to be where we are able to come into adjustments that are going to be needed over the next coming months. And I feel this, and I was looking into private cacao ceremonies to do for yourself, and where they start in the morning and they make sure that wherever they're starting, whether it's outside, inside, you're in a place that is sacred. You make your cacao drink, and the cacao drink is, you can add sweetener if you want to, and some cinnamon and whatever else you want. You can add cayenne pepper to it. And it's just a small cup. It's not a 20 ouncer. It is just a small 8-ounce little cup, and you bring it to your heart. And then you state what you're grateful for. And I thought, oh my God, that's so beautiful. So you bring it to your heart, and then you can bring it up to your third eye. And then take a moment, and then you can take a sip. And you can think how many things that you're grateful for. It doesn't matter how many. It could be 3, it could be 25. And then you come in back into that and you go, what do I need to release today? What do I need to let go of? And I'm like, oh my God, doing that. And that ceremony can be 15 minutes to an hour. It's up to you. It's however long it takes you to drink your cocoa. And then at the end, and you're breathing, you do a cycle of breath of 5. So you can breathe in 5, hold 5, release for 5. That is actually a Kundalini cycle too, for breath work, of bringing in rhythm, of bringing in flow. So allowing for your breath and clarity, and it clears the brain, it clears your aura, and it allows for you to receive. So it is a very beautiful way of connecting with spirit. So in doing that, and I feel like that's where we have to start going, because I mean, I know some of you are very stressed out, and trying to find something that is going to bring you into an alignment with all these stressed out things. I was just looking through some of my old feeds, and back right about now, we were getting ready to go to Boomstock in May. And Boomstock was for the August long weekend, and it was in Penticton. And I was all excited. I was really getting like pumped up to do this, raising money for Steve and I to do this. Had a beautiful woman named Tracy at the time who was going to loan us her RV, and for us to drive out there and stuff for the first time in this. And I thought, this is going to be such a fabulous time. And it was just going to be an adventure for Steve and I, and going out on this adventure for the two of us. And it was, and we created it. So we were starting to get into that vibration of creating to go to this festival and the excitement of this festival. So, and we were going to be vendors there. So this is looking at things that you are maybe starting to create. Maybe you are starting to look at your own new adventures that you are wanting to have, and how they're, we may not know exactly how they're going to unfold, because the story unfolded in a very unique way for me. But it was a transformational time, a huge transformational time. But it was one that got me into where I know, when I look back at that time now, that I needed to do, I should have been doing more ceremony for self, and bringing in more ceremony for self and coming into that alignment. And that's where this energy is coming in now. It's like, yeah, we can get hung up in all the worries and all the crazy things, but there are some things that we just are out of our control in our life. Whether it is to do with relationships in our life, or a relationship, or a person in our life, and there's nothing we can do for them. So we have to learn to do that releasement and allowing. And that's where this is coming in. Maybe there is nothing you can do about your financial situation right now, because you didn't plan on having COVID. You didn't plan on having this pandemic in your life. You didn't say, yeah, here it is. I'm going to plan for my business to open up just at this time, and it's going to be right in the time when everything's going to close down. So a lot of business may, because of that, may end up folding, which is going to be stressful, and it's going to be, really upsetting, but it's also a time of great transformation and trying something new. So this is where we have to open up and allow ourselves to really go with the flow and look at what our home, our family, our long-term securities. So it may be a good idea to get your workspace organized. This is about you, to make sure your family has what it needs for this time coming up, and to be focused with less distractions, and making sure that perhaps you should take things more serious in your life. Maybe the reason why things are so chaotic and crazy is because you weren't taking them so serious, or you took things for advantage. That's something that you got to look at inside yourself, not to guilt trip yourself on it, but to look at it and say, hey, I see where my mistakes are, and this is what I can learn from, and I'm going to go forward from here. And the moon is telling me this is the time for me because it feels good. I love working with a Cancer moon, or I love working with Leo moon because I can get more things done. And when I get into the Virgo moon, I can get the organization going. So this is where, really honoring yourself with this, coming into the flow over the next several days as we're coming into this midpoint way to these eclipses, and coming into that flow. So I did find, for those, I found somebody on Etsy who sells it. I'm just going to making sure that she can send it to me. She said she can. So I'm just going to just make sure it is what I do want, and then order it. I couldn't find anything in Calgary here, or other places in Canada. They didn't have it, or they're sold out, or they want it to do the ceremony for me. And I want to do the ceremony for myself. I don't want this is where I find it's more of a personal journey for me in doing this. And I didn't find anything that's told me that I can't. So when people get hung up on, oh, you can't do that because you need such and such a person to do this for you. And that's what I do, is like, I do my research. I look at things, and some people get so fucking hung up on, you can't do that because you're a woman. You can't do that because you're this color, or you can't do this because you're not of this nationality, or whatever it is. And I think people need to get over it, because the world is becoming too damn small. So, and we have to come together. It's not to disrespect. I'm not talking about disrespecting, but I think some people got to just chill it out a little bit and not get so hung up on things, right? And if someone feels like, very called to study something, that could be part of their past life in some way. They may not be a part of that at this time, but they were somewhere along their past life lineage, and they're feeling called to do it. Yeah, exactly. And that's how I'm feeling, is that I'm being called. And the cacao plant, which is COCAO, not the cocoa plant, is a female plant. Like, I feel like there's a connection there. There's something there being called. And it depends on what it is for you. Yeah, exactly, right? So it's I just want people just, because I know there was some craziness that happened over the last day or so in some groups, and some people get and I've been told to stop selling sage one time when I was at a market, and I was told I wasn't allowed to sell sage because I'm white. And I was like, I've been selling sage. By that time, I was selling sage for over 15 years. I've always sold sage in some way. But she came up, she goes, you can't. You're disgracing my nation. And I said, what is your nation? She goes, I'm Cree. I said, you don't look Cree. She goes, well, I'm half Cree. Well, then what's the other half? Because then you're not the full nation. She didn't like that. And I said, how do you know I'm not? I said, I'm darker than you. You're blue-eyed, blonde-haired. And I said, I'm darker than you are. And I have brown eyes. My genetics could be more of that lineage than yours. So she didn't like that too much. But, but that's it. People get so hung up. You can't do this. You can't do that. And then it just gets people where it's like, well, then I want to sage. Where am I supposed to get it? Right? Where am I supposed to get it? From an elder? Okay, what elder am I supposed to get it from? Give me the name and the address and the telephone number so I can go there and get it from them. And are they going to give it to me? Right? And are they going to, or do I have, it's just like all these questions I had for her. And she just sort of looked at me. And I said, I'm still going to sell my sage because sage is something that I know a lot of people have and that they'll bring it into the sacredness. We have white and Chinese people sell Maori stuff. It's the sacred teachings that are important. Yeah, exactly, Candace. But people do get hung up. And that's the same, I'm doing for the cacao. I want to respect this plant because it is from, Guatemala, Ecuador. It's from Peru. There is a very sacredness to it. And I want to bring that sacredness to it. And it's not a hallucinogenic. I'm not going to go do an ayahuasca journey by myself. That's for damn sure. That I know it has to be done because it is a hallucinogenic, has to be done in a special ceremony with the right people to do that. I'm not going to do that in my backyard on a weekend and say, "Whoa, man, this is just great." No, that's different. This is coming in to bringing in a lot of gratitude and bringing gratitude to it. And adding that gratitude towards it. It's like a lot of people are drawn to Egyptian and Egyptology and the energies of Egypt. And what, you're not allowed to have a Basque cat in a pyramid? I don't know. People are funny. So I want to send out so much love today. And I will post my blog up on my page. If you want to download the Moon Magic Guidebook, you can have it. It's on my hope it works. I tested the link, it did work. So let's just hope it works for other people. And so you can just take a look at it and have it for something, have it for your own self. Let's see, maybe I can pull it up here. Hang on. There we go. Hold on. Come back. Just show it to you. Because I can share things on here. I'm going to share a screen. Application. Chrome window. I could do it. I don't know what will happen if I share this. I'll share that. Oh. Oh, no, it just shows me the link. Oh, it shows me the clipboard. I don't want to show the clipboard. What I want to do this again. I'm learning all these guys. I'm learning all this stuff. Well, maybe it won't let me do that one. Oh, maybe if I just, no, don't want that. Don't want, oh, 1.5. Maybe, no, I can't do it. Won't let me share. Anyways, I wanted to share that with you. So sorry. But anyways, everyone's belief is sacred. Yes, they are. They are very sacred to everybody. Or what can I do here? Hang on. Bear with me. Bear with me, guys. Go back over here. There we go. And just to show you what I did this morning. And going back here. Okay. So I know this might be small here. I'll do full screen. So this is what my, oh, we'll only show this. Anyways, this is the blog that I did this morning. On this blog, I'll share it up on my Facebook page. When I share it up on my Facebook page, you can scroll down on it and you will find the link to the Moon Magic page. Okay? I'm walking the treadmill. Take all the time you need. There I am. So yeah, so I grew my own white sage a couple of years ago and dried it. Used it for my personal use. Beautiful. Wonderful. Yeah. Definitely. Grow. Gail, grow your own, girl. But that's the thing, you know, and if you can grow white sage, that's wonderful. That's wonderful because white sage is a harder sage to grow because it needs a certain amount of sand or something or soil concentrate. But anyways, if you can do that, wonderful, honestly, you know, and that's the thing, you know, for a lot of people, it's just do what you need to do. And if you know, and create your sacredness. And that's where you know, with this energy coming in with Aquarius, we're going to find that you got to find your uniqueness within this. And a lot of people aren't going to like your uniqueness. But you got to continue shining and continue shining that blue flame and that light within you and not dimming it. So, and creating such beautiful energy. So today we have a sextile with Mars and Uranus. And this is a powerful day for bursting through any blocks that's been keeping you from igniting your life and igniting and working with a fresh start of energy and moving towards momentum. And you may feel like doing things outside your normal routine. So, which is a great idea to help shake things up for you. And with that sextile to Mars, and it's not, or to Uranus, and Uranus is Mars. I mean, it's going to last for a couple of days as Mars is still continuing to go forward. So here we go. We're going to stop that share. So yeah, so definitely, you know, take some, you know, you might feel like getting out and connecting with nature in a new way. You might be feeling to find out more information about something. Go for it. Go for it. Connect, ignite, and discover. So that's what I want people to do today is connect and discover something new for your own self today. And sending you guys out such positive vibes and allow your light to shine, baby. You know, don't let anybody say you can't shine or you can't do this or you can't do that. That's not, no. That's not what the energies are saying. That's not what Mother Nature is saying. That's not what God is saying. He's coming in and saying, we want you to be unique. We want you to be who you are. I'm going to smoke some weed and plant some flowers. Right on. Connect. Yeah, I'm going to drink my water today. I'm going to finish off some of my meditations this morning. And then I have a reading and then hopefully get back out in nature today. That's what I'm going to do. And just vibe in my own uniqueness. That's right, Candace. Candace, you go vibe in your own uniqueness with everything and allow for your beautiful vibrations to spread great joy and love to this world, because that's what we need. Because too many people is like, what did I put up? It's my bitchcraft. I put my bitchcraft up today, and to piss people off is to tell them the truth. So, you know, use your bitchcraft today and just be your uniqueness. And, you know, if people get pissed off, that's okay. That's theirs. That's theirs. You know, it's even when you get pissed off, that's yours. It's not the other person. It's all yours while you're getting pissed off or stressed out or whatever is going on. It's yours. It's not anybody else's. It's not the person that you think just pissed you off. That is your own pissiness, right? That's why I have no friends over here. Yes, no friends. Only the flowers today are Candace's friends. So sending you guys out such positive, beautiful vibrations today. So may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless you in all that you say and all that you do. Blessed be everybody. If anybody else finds anybody else who sells the cacao in Canada, preferably, and the one for ceremony, I'm definitely interested in it. So bye-bye, everybody, and blessed be. We'll talk to you soon. Still looking? Yeah. I just found the one person on Etsy that's doing it and being able to. So, but we will find it. We will find this uniqueness in this beautiful plant. So blessed be everybody. Have a wonderful Sunday. Bye-bye.